Hello, I've got a class for you today that is all about engaging and activating some of the key muscles. We're looking at our back, we're looking at our glutes and our core as well, just to help you feel a little bit better, move a bit better and improve your functionality. Before we get started, please click subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm getting really close to my goal of 500 subscribers, so it would be really great if you could help me out on that journey and join the YouTube family. So let's get started with the class. Let's begin with a kneeling posture, nice and tall. You could curl the toes to create a bit of a kickstand if you want to, or you could even sit back down onto the heels if that's comfy. We're going to bring our arms to a nice kind of cactus-like position and draw the arms back behind you. As you draw the arms back, lift through the front of the ribs, and that gives you a bit of a back bend. So as you're in your back bend, you are welcome to lift your tailbone a little bit, but if that's causing pressure, just kind of keep that slight tuck of the pelvis and focus on lifting the ribs instead. From there, we're going to tuck the pelvis and swoosh the arms forwards. So we're going to come into back bend, inhale, forward bend, exhale. Back bend, inhale, forward bend, exhale, tucking tail, tucking chin. Inhale, opening and lifting ribs. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, opening. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. And one more time. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Come up to that kneeling position for me again, nice and high on the knees. Keep that kickstand if you want it, hands on hips. We're just going to gently sit back with the bottom and then lift and thrust. Sit back, squeeze the glutes. Sit back, squeeze the glutes. So you get this hinge at the hip and this squeeze and thrust forwards. And we go for another 4. Another 3. Another 2. And another 1. Lovely. This time keeping your tailbone tucked, keeping this nice length to the spine and a straight body. We're going to start to lean back a little bit. Keep tucking the tailbone and squeeze and lift forwards. So taking that tuck back and forwards. You could always take the arms forwards to help counterbalance and help you get back up again. So we're engaging the core here now to keep the spine nice and straight, nice and tall. Keeping the pelvis tucked under, working into the thighs to wake those up as well. It's quite warm, isn't it? Let's go for 3 more. Lovely, tall spine. And 2. And tall. And finally 1. And tall again. Really good job. Come to a more comfortable seated or kneeling posture. And we're going to bring our arms out to this familiar cactus position. Draw the elbows down to the ribs. And as you draw down, squeeze your angel wings down. You know what I mean? So your shoulder blades, that kind of area, you're squeezing them down into your back and then glide up. So squeeze elbows down to ribs, squeeze shoulder blades down and inhale. And exhale, squeeze, inhale. So these are our angel wings, folding them away. And I want you to remember these because we're going to come back to a similar movement later in the class. So think angel wings, folding nice and deeply down the back. Wonderful. Next movement we're going to do as part of our warm-up is long arms. You're going to rotate your shoulders forwards and then rotate your shoulders back and open. So forwards rotation, backwards rotation. Simple as that. And this isn't just your wrists moving, this is your whole shoulder joint, rolling forwards, rolling backwards. See what you've got here. And again, we will be coming back to this movement later in today's class. So we'll remember this for later as well. That's it. And another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Bring those arms in. Give the wrists a little bit of a shake off. Imagine you're flicking water off the ends of your fingers there. And we're going to take it onto hands and knees to help warm up a bit further through the core. Onto that all fours position. And starting to take your opposite arm and leg away for balance. And back into center, changing sides. Arm and leg away for balance. Back in. Arm and leg away. And return. Arm and leg away. Return, inhale. Exhale, extend. Return, inhale. Exhale, extend. Lovely. 4 more here. Drawing in through the core to co-contract with the low back. Let's go for 1 more. And gently releasing, sitting back off those wrists again, and just give your shoulders a really nice roll out. Taking that all fours position one more time. Take your opposite arm and leg extension and hold. Keep breathing deeply. Square your hips, so turn both of your hip bones to point towards the mat. Imagine there's that tray of champagne balancing on your bottom and you don't want to spill any. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears to give your neck length and space, and draw in through the core here. Think about the left side and the right side of your waist. You might find that one side is feeling longer because you're stretching, so try and even the distance, even the length of left side and right side, so that we're not overreaching. We're actually kind of contracting and holding ourselves a little bit tighter, a little bit more stable, a little bit stronger. And then bring it back in, really good job. Let's change sides, so arm and leg extension, and we'll just repeat those cues to remind ourselves where we need to be. Taking your hips, pointing them down towards the mat, imagining that tray of champagne balancing on your bottom. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears to give your neck length and space, and engaging through the core there, co-contracting with the back, just breathing nice and deeply. Lengthening or shortening one side of the waist to try and even up your left and right side here. And then gently returning to the mat and take it back to your child's pose there. You can rest the head down towards the ground and take a couple of breaths just as the body settles a little bit. Coming forwards to lay on your tummy now, bringing yourself down to the mat. Take your hands down beside you and rest your forehead on the mat. If you need a gentle block or a cushion under the forehead, that might be more comfortable. Otherwise, we do get a slightly squished nose, but we'll put up with it for the strength benefit. So we're going to do our dart to start with. You're going to first of all lift your shoulders away from the mat. Feel the upper back and the rear shoulders squeezing. Then gently lift your hands, palms turned upwards, off the mat. Feel the mid-back squeeze together, so sort of shoulder blade area. Then start to gently lift your forehead, lift your nose, draw your shoulder blades down towards your bottom as you do this. So we've lifted head and chest slightly. We've not gone to full range, full extension. We're gazing down at the mat rather than gazing to the front. Keep the back of the neck elongated in line with the rest of the spine, and gently take the forehead back down. Rest the palms, rest the shoulders. That's our dart. Let's go again. Lift shoulders, squeeze the upper back and rear shoulders. Lift the palms, feel the mid-back squeezing. Start to lift your head and your nose as you squeeze your shoulder blades down towards the bottom to engage the full back now, and the neck of course as well. Pinch that peach or that plum under your chin to help engage the neck flexors at the front of your neck. And then rest the forehead and rest the palms, rest the shoulders. So we go shoulders, palms, draw shoulder blades down your back as you lift. And return to the mat, head, palms, shoulders. And we lift shoulders, palms, lift forehead, nose, squeeze shoulder blades down the back. Keep long through the spine. And gently rest the forehead down. So although we're trying to lift up and you go into a bit of a back bend, try and keep that sense of length, if you can, from your tailbone to your crown. Let's go one more time. We'll lift the shoulders, lift the palms, lifting the head and the nose, elongating your spine as your head and chest lift. Gently release back down towards the mat. Relax palms, relax shoulders. If you need a little loosen off, I'd recommend bringing the hands to create a pillow for the head. Bring your legs together and just wiggle your bottom side to side. Gives you a gentle loosening into the lower back. Remember earlier when we squeezed our elbows down towards our rib cage to fold our angel wings away? We're going to do that in the dart position now. So starting with your hands in front of you, we're going to create like a little diamond or a little triangle shape with the hands like this, and that's going to rest just in front of your forehead. So we're not reaching really far with the arms. I don't want you to feel like you have to stretch and reach here. I just want your arms comfortable and your shoulders unimpinged and nice and comfy. So something like this. You're going to lift your elbows first, like we did before. Then lift your palms. You'll feel the shoulder blades start to draw down already here. And then lifting head and shoulders. Squeeze the elbows down towards the ribcage, squeezing down with the angel wings. Bring your diamond or your triangle back to position and rest down to the mat. And off we go again, elbows. Lift hands, start lifting head, nose, squeezing shoulder blades down. Squeeze elbows down to ribs as you draw your angel wings in. Create your diamond or your triangle shape again, and then gently lower down to the mat. Now if you're finding that your bottom and your lower body is helping out a little bit too much, you could try turning your toes inwards and your feet, your heels outwards, so you're sort of pigeon-footed there. That might just help to disengage the glutes a little bit. Let's go for one more. We're going to lift the elbows, lift the hands, start lifting head, nose, drawing shoulder blades down, long through your spine. Remember, as you draw your elbows down to your ribs, angel wings draw down. Create your diamond or triangle and lay it back down to the mat. If you need a breather, take a breather. I'm going to talk you through 3 more. Elbows lift, hands lift. Start to lift head, nose, draw shoulder blades down back. Draw elbows down towards rib cage. Make your triangle again and relax to the mat. And again, elbows lift, palms lift, drawing down through the shoulder blades. Long through your spine as you lift and draw your elbows down towards your ribs. Create your diamond or your triangle shape. Release back down to the mat. One more time here, elbows, hands, start lifting head and nose. Elongate your spine as you draw elbows down to rib cages. That's it. Hands forwards and rest. Wonderful. We're going to push back either to a child's pose if you need something a little bit more chilled out, or to a downward dog. Downward dog just gives us a really good stretch for the whole back chain of the body. So lifting those hips, widespread hands, walk your feet and hands somewhere comfy so that this stretch really works for you. Push through the hands and lift through the pelvis, really lift that pelvis high. Push through those hands. Imagine your chest just gently coming through between your shoulders. Breathing here. Wonderful. And bringing that back down to your hands and knees position and just coming off the wrists for a moment. Give them another little shake out. Really good job. We're going to be moving on to a plank position next. So if you can find your full plank for me. So that's your hands under shoulders. You're going to step each foot back to find that nice long body. Top tips here. You want to push long through your heels, push long through your crown so you find the length at the back of the body. Tuck the tailbone. Draw the pubic bone towards the nose so that we engage through the core. And then thinking shoulders, if you can draw your shoulder blades down your back a bit, open your collarbones a little bit wider, you almost dive forwards through your shoulder girdle and you get much more strength. Okay, it's harder, but you get much more strength and you're in the right position rather than having rounded shoulders. That's kind of easy, but also reinforces a rounded shoulder and a hunched shoulder. So drawing shoulder blades down, setting shoulders down away from ears, opening those collarbones. Are we tired yet? You can probably hear me shaking. We're going to take the knees down and we're going to take that child's pose. Really good. So we're going to be working from that plank position and we're going to be really focused on our shoulder alignments. as we drop down to elbow plank and then back up to the full straight arms again. So finding your lovely long plank position, draw shoulder blades down, set shoulders down, open collarbones. Good. We're going to take our left elbow where our left wrist is, and then take the right elbow down as well. Now take the left wrist where your elbow is, and then push up to your full plank. Right elbow this time comes down to replace the wrist. Left elbow comes down. Right hand replaces the elbow, push up to full plank. On the left side, down we go. Down on the right. On the left side, push up. Good. On the right side, down we go. That's it. And on the right side, push up. Knees down to the ground. Take that child's pose. Really, really good job. We're going to do one more round of those. If you are getting tired, you can do these from the knees, okay? You can do your kneeling variation. Let's come forwards, find that plank again. So kneeling variation, you'll have your knees down, or lifting those knees, tucking that tail, set the shoulders down, proud through the shoulder girdle. Left elbow, right elbow, left hand, right hand. Good. Right elbow, left elbow, right hand, left hand. Left side elbow, right elbow, left hand, right hand. Nice, nearly there. Right elbow, left elbow, right hand, left hand. And relax knees, take it back to that child's pose. Really good job on those, they are not easy. You might like a bit of a rock side to side in the child's pose if that feels good on the hips. And then we're going to move forwards to our next plank variation, which is a plank with a hip twist. Again, you can do these from the knees or from the full plank, but we're going to set up on the elbows to start with. So that might be elbows and knees for you, and it's going to be a quick dip of the hips side to side, or you might be on your full plank, in which case you need to turn your toes as you twist. So let's go for 4 of those each way. So you're going to twist, find neutral, twist, find neutral, twist, find neutral, twist, and neutral, and 4, and neutral, 3, and neutral, 2, to neutral, 1, to neutral. Rest knees, allow your tummy to come down to the floor, and find your nice Sphinx or Cobra posture. So propping up on the forearms, allow your shoulder blades to draw down your spine. Open those collarbones, reconnect with your breath. Maybe just tuck your chin slightly so you've got that peach gripping under your chin, and you can find the length at the back of the neck. We're going to then gently nod the nose, nod the forehead, and just really let the head hang out. You don't have to make any effort here. Just really encourage your neck and your head to hang. Maybe even give your head a bit of a wiggle or a wobble if it's ready. And just really let it go. Maybe gently wiggling that head side to side, a few easy movements. Stay quite proud out of the shoulders, but let the head hang. Gently rolling back up through the neck, finding your elbow plank, again either from the knees or from the full plank. Second round of hip dips. We're going to twist and neutral, twist and neutral, and 6, neutral, 5, neutral, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Knees down, rest back down to the tummy, and again press up to that cobra or that sphinx position, whatever you prefer. Shoulder blades draw down the back, collarbones open, peach under the chin. Just let your breath settle. If you want to come a bit higher, you could plant your hands either side of the shoulders or either side of the chest. You'll find a position that works for you. and gently press away from the mat. You don't have to come up really high, you don't have to straighten your arms, you can keep some support there. You don't have to be up, 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 just enough to open your chest. Deep breath, elongate the spine. And gently back down towards the mat. Rest the head on the hands, legs together, and wiggle the bottom side to side once more. Let's push back then to our hands and knees position and just take a quick twist to loosen off. So we're going to take our inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, thread the needle. And again, inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, needle thread. Back to hands and knees. Change arms for 3. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And final twist. And stretch through. Wonderful. And let's make our way then onto our backs, onto the mat for a little core sequence. This core sequence is all designed around overhead reaches, and the principle of overhead reaches is that we think about the positioning of our chest and our ribs. So laying down comfortably in your Pilates rest posture, just have a go at taking your arms up and overhead to overhead reach position. Now what typically happens here, and I've done this automatically, is the chest often lifts and flares up and the ribs often flare open or pop up. So you can be in this position and then think about softening your ribs, your front of your ribs, so that bottom rib towards your hips. Soften the chest and kind of gently try and take ribs to kiss the hip bones. And that, you'll see, actually gives you a more neutral spine and core activation. If you let those ribs flare and lift and let the chest open, your back actually goes into a slight back bend, so we're no longer in the neutral position. Okay, so let's take this into our core sequence with that in mind. Softening the bottom rib cage towards the hips, we go for an overhead reach, and then circle the arms wide and back down to the hips. Really simple. Overhead reach, watching for rib cage flare. Circle back down to the hips. So we inhale on the overhead reach. Exhale as we circle. Inhale as we reach. Exhale as we circle, and so on. And it's that overhead reach which is the kind of the most important part of that exercise. That's where you really want to think about engaging through the tummy. So that's setting your centering. It's making sure that your ribs stay nice and close to the pelvis, not letting them run away from you. Here for 3 more, please. Overhead reach on the inhale. Exhale as you circle the arms. You could also add hand weights into these. If you want to pause the video and grab some hand weights, be my guest. We're going to improve upon this, so we're going to start to add in a sit-up. So you'll take your inhale for your overhead reach, watching for the rib cage position. And as you circle the arms, we're going to take our ribs even closer to our hips as we gently peel away from the mat. Gaze just above your knees, peach under your chin. And lay back. Inhale, overhead reach. Exhale, circle, sit-up. Inhale, lay back, the overhead reach. Exhale, circle, sit-up. Lay back, overhead reach. Circle, sit-up. We're here for 6 more, so we're going to take our overhead reach again. Circle, sit-up. Now don't forget about this rib cage positioning on the overhead reach, because we've said that's the vital part of this whole core sequence, is trying to keep that nice attentiveness to our rib cage position so that we don't go into that back bend as we lay back. So this should be starting to get quite fiery now if we're doing this with the correct technique. Just 2 or 3 more. And then we're going to take this up to our 3rd level. So So third level is going to work our abdominals a little bit deeper. We're going to find tabletop legs. So gently lifting one knee above the hip and then second knee above second hip. Finding your neutral lumbar. So if you want to, it is safe to imprint your lower back, but it's a little bit old school teaching that. We like to try and find actually a neutral spine, which is our natural curve. And we like to draw in through the centering to help secure that in place. So we're going to take our overhead reach here, watching rib cage. Circle the arms, sit up. There's less space to sit up there, isn't there? Inhale, lay back. Exhale, circle, sit up. Inhale, lay back, watch the ribs. Exhale, circle, sit up. Inhale. Exhale, just looking to the knees, keeping that peach under the chin. Good, so we're working these upper abdominals again as we keep the ribs nice and soft. And you'll feel the lower abdominals working quite hard to support the weight of the legs in the tabletop position. So check that your knees are directly above each hip. Your shins are parallel with the ground. Just here for 2 or 3 more. Shoulders gliding, abs working. Last one. Quick breather then when you come back down. We're going to level 4 with these, and it's going to be to add in a leg extension. We're just going to go for 10, so we'll do about 5 on each side. So if you can find your tabletop legs once more, please, hands beside the body. Inhale for your overhead reach, watching the ribs. Exhale, circle, sit up and point a toe, extend the leg. Inhale, lay back for the overhead reach, watching the ribs. Circle, sit up, point a toe. Inhale, lay back. Circle, sit up, point a toe. Inhale, lay back. Circle, sit up, point your toe. We're here for another 6. We lay back. We circle and stretch. Inhale, lay back to tabletop. Circle and stretch. Inhale, lay back, watch the rib cage still. And stretch. Inhale, lay back. And stretch. I think we've got 2 more. There we go. Last one. And circle, sit up, stretch. And bring those knees in for a hug. Give them a squeeze, in and release, in and release. To give that lower back chance to lengthen and stretch here. If you'd like to take this a little bit further to your happy baby pose, we're going to keep hugging the knees, but take the knees wide. Now you might want to stay here, that might feel enough for you. Or you might like to bring your knees closer to your armpits, bring a sort of 90-degree angle to the knees, and then try and grab what you can. That might be socks, or it might be toes, or it might be able to reach underneath the soles of the feet here. And breathe. Nice deep breaths. So this is a nice stretch for hamstrings, for hips, for pelvic floor. Really nice spot to breathe in here. If you feel secure, gentle rock and roll side to side, but it is a little bit easy to capsize here, so take your time. Lovely, and then stretch one foot down to the bottom end of your mat and hook one knee in towards the chest. We're going to kind of manipulate this leg and open it nice and wide to open the hip. And then we're going to pull it all the way across the body. You can go into a little bit of a twist as you roll over through the pelvis. And again, open the knee nice and wide. And then pull it across the body as you roll over onto the pelvis. So you can take these as fast or as slow as you want to. You might think, oh yeah, that's a really good angle for me. I want to stay there a little bit longer. One more round. And then we're going to change the legs. Taking one leg down, pulling one leg up. And again, go for the nice open hip. and then across the body, roll over slightly. That's it. Opening and closing. Taking that body where you need to take it. Let's go for one more round. And then back through to centre. Rolling around onto your hands and knees next, please. We're going to roll our shoulders. So keeping your elbows fairly straight. They don't have to be locked, but fairly straight. See if you can start to roll the shoulders back. And then rolling forwards. And backwards. And come to sit then on your feet, on your heels, or on your bottom, whatever works for you. Taking one arm over the back of the body, find your spine, and tiptoe your fingertips down the spine. You can apply pressure from above or apply pressure from the front if that's easier going. And find your tricep stretch there. Take a nice deep breath. And then gently swapping over. So pat yourself on the back, walk your fingertips down the spine, and apply pressure if you need it. And releasing, relaxing there. Overlap your hands or interlock your fingertips if comfortable. And stretch and push. So really try and lengthen your lower back, lengthen your mid back, lengthen your upper. And then settle shoulders down, settle shoulder blades down. And release your arms beside you. Really, really good job today. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next class.